We go.
Hi, we're going to show you how to install the Meijer Inline for the Avanti cards. It's two boxes that you'll look for. They're white with the Avanti tape on them. You'll want to get the one that's marked tray box. That's what you'll need first. When you open it, the brackets are going to be on that top level. The dividers and everything else in there you can kind of put to the side. These are the first things that you need. Underneath that piece of cardboard then is the rest of the trays. They'll be packed in the order that you need to grab them. So the first one that you need has the top graphic channel mounted to it. That's the one you want to grab first. After you identify this tray, we're going to set the structure of this. And what you'll want to do, if it's one of the standard AG units, then you can go ahead and count down 9 slots from the top. If you want to mark a spot, that will help. But you'll come down 9, and that's the first slot that these brackets will eventually go into. While you're marking, if you want to count from the bottom, you're going to go 11 up from the bottom, and that's the support that we'll show you in a second. With this top tray, you're going to take the 2 top brackets. You want the safety tab on this to be pointing up. You'll need to insert them into... Oh, you got it. Okay. You'll want to insert it into... There's a channel in the top of this tray, and it just slides right in here. And they'll go in both sides and meet towards the middle. They won't go all the way.
So look how it should be when you're done. These loops should be pointing backwards, of course, and the point's up.
Then you'll want to come down to that 9th slot that you had marked before and get these brackets into there. You'll kind of have to fight with this a little bit, but you can...
This will bend.
Yeah, it'll bend. Just go ahead and slide and engage it. Pull that back out.
You got to make sure that you got it square and that it sets down. Okay.
So once you have that set, you'll want to set the rest of the structure. You needed that for those loops on the back. You'll then take the other bar that was on that top level. It's the cross rail, and this goes in the bottom. And that was the 11th slot up from the bottom.
That's why you want to have it marked.
Just go slide it in and let it hang there. Then is the J supports. You'll take this hook that's at the top of it. You want to go behind the tray, find that loop that was on the bracket.
That loop's hidden from your view at this point, but if you remember the loop we saw, this bracket needs to be turned so it goes up through the loop, and then you turn it 90 degrees and hang it on that loop.
So you put it through horizontally this way, put it through, then pivot and bring back down, and it locks in there.
Same way, I'm going sideways, up through, turn 90 degrees, and down.
Now you'll see down here that you want this support to finish out close to the bottom. If you're too long, then you need to adjust the height of your brackets. If you're too far off of this, you want to be about an inch, inch and a half. If you're more than that, then you'll need to lower it because you'll have too much of a gap at the bottom. If you want to take a tray and just kind of spot yourself, it'll finish out about there. So we're at a good depth here. You can move up and down to adjust the depth of this. If you need to go shallower, move this support down more. If you need to bring it out, move it up a couple slots, and that will...
Let's show them how that can work, Justine. Pull that away. Even with these still in place, if I wanted to try to move this out or in like she was just explaining, you can leave these in place, tip, pop these, and put them in either a higher slot or a lower slot, and it'll change the angle.
Once you get that set, you'll want to start to insert the rest of the trays. So you can take them one at a time. There are 2 different techniques that you can use. If you have space on either side, you can slide them in, but the other way is to snap them in. You'll see that there are 2 barrels on these trays. You want to use the top one for this so that the trays are closer together. We'll need that for the height on this display. So your top hook here is going to go into the top barrel at the bottom of the tray. So if you don't have the space and you need to clip it in, you get started on one side, get that hook in there, bring it over, engage the other side, and just let it drop. Just like that. You'll want 3 card trays first.
You gotta make sure you're getting to the top barrel here. If you put it in the bottom barrel, this display will become too long.
Just engage it and let it drop. After you have 3 card trays, you want to make sure you find the other graphic tray. If you're in the tall gondola, you're going to have the graphic tray. If you're in the short one, it will just be another card tray. You'll keep going. There is no graphics.
See how they identify that. It's got this white tape.
Yes, it has the white tape and it has no front to the pocket. So here you can see this is how you slide. You want to engage that in that top barrel still and just slide the length of it. So then you'll just hang the rest of the trays. Again, sliding might be easier for you guys. If you have the space, you can do that as well.
See, what she's saying is you couldn't, if we were trying to slide, you couldn't slide from this end, but you can see to slide from this end.
As you get to the bottom, you'll want to identify your trays. There is one tray that only has a single barrel at the bottom, and that should be the bottom tray. So leave that one for last. It'll be packed at the very bottom of the box.
Not a double barrel, only a single right here. This is the bottom tray.
See that I finished out right here at the bottom, so our height is good.
Black clips.
Next, to install the end panels.
At this point, you want to just make sure you've slid your trays all rather even, so that the ends are lined up.
Kind of jiggle them together in there. Then on the top of your tray box, you'll see that there was a little pack of these black clips. This is what connects the end panels. And the top one goes, it's in the second barrel of each. You'll just slide it into that barrel. The first one goes in the top tray, then you'll want to come down to the 5th tray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just push it right in until the plastic piece stops it. And that's what your end panel is going to sit on. It's the first tray, the 5th, and then the 9th. The end panels are interchangeable, so either one can be used. You want to get these slots all lined up. You need to start all of them before you can actually engage it. And then those just lock down, and you'll see that that space goes away. You'll do that on both sides. Then you want to take your graphics. And there is a J up here that clamps them in. So you just slide it inside of there. If you need, you can kind of pry it forward. And then the same with the intermediate graphic. There's the J in there. Slide that right in, put your dividers in, and add product.
let's show the divider technique.
Okay.
Where are the dividers? The dividers, there's a little bit of a knack to getting them in. Once learned, it truly becomes a snap, but the first one you might find yourself wrestling with. So the dividers, if you take the divider almost by its handle, and if you want to come in here, I'm just picking a spot. The divider's actually in and a little bit behind this front, but notice what I did. I put it straight in sideways, kind of perpendicular, and once it's down in position above the channel that it's going to go into, you just twist it. I'll show you that again. I take it in, I'll pick a different one. Go in, sideways, and then twist it, and you don't have to use your strength. The twist goes in for you. See how I twist it right in? Sorry.
You can push them straight in too if that technique's not working. It's what we found is easier.